and welcome to the My Great Pivot podcast. My name is Carrie Regan, and I'm obsessed with the stories of entrepreneurs who risk it all to pursue their dream. This season, I interview female founders at all stages of the entrepreneurial journey. They share the stories behind how they built their businesses and the hard lessons they've learned along the way. They're women like Casey Darden, a teacher and elite endurance athlete, who had to change careers after complications during the birth of her twins.
I had a super traumatic birth. I was crash carted. I was nearly dead. The boys were healthy, but I ended up in the ICU for a week and I made it out, but I was not able to just bounce back. And so I left my job. By the time I felt better, I was ready to do something. I'd never planned on being home. I was home not because that's what I chose or wanted, but because I literally could not drive myself to work. And I thought, all right, well, I need to go do something. Maybe look at a different career. I started also sitting back and thinking, what do I love? Well, I've always loved traveling, and I've always traveled a lot.
In episode 3, Casey shares how she turned that love into her very own boutique agency, Blue Pineapple Travel, and how she navigated COVID-era travel bans that threatened its survival. In episode 4, we'll find out how Lindsay Scher Burgess transformed a hobby into a thriving business that creates stunning moss walls for homes and businesses.
I saw one on Pinterest that I liked, and then there wasn't a company in the United States that had something within my budget. And so I made a moss wall for myself. And I thought to myself, why don't I try and make this a little hobby Etsy business? And so for about a year and a half, I ran it as an Etsy store. And then in 2018, my husband was starting to see more and more of these. And he's like, Lindsay, I think that this is a business. And I was like, I don't think it's a business. Well, we've done 1,000 moss walls. It is a business. Millions and millions of dollars of moss walls.
Bankrolling the dream is one of the biggest challenges for founders, especially during those early stages. That was the case for Nama Nakotra, founder of Naked Pack, an innovative, edible food packaging that addresses the global problem of plastic waste. Nama shares how her first investment came from a surprising source.
I received very good advice from an entrepreneur. He told me, bootstrap for as long as you can, but once you're ready, raise some money from your friends and family. And I told him that I didn't think that people around me had money, so who's gonna invest? And then I decided to try this friends and family thing. I created this brochure that explains Naked Pack to people who are not investors. We raised within a month, $100,000. I was so surprised because some of the investors were my friends who were just excited to invest in something good.
You heard that right. $100,000 raised from friends and family in just a month. You'll find out how she did it in episode 2. Leaving a stable job to start a business can be daunting. In episode 5, Erica Tuggle shares how she navigated the risks involved in launching her lifestyle brand, Live-In, which makes the convenience of a personal chef accessible to the average family.
I was of the opinion that I was willing to put in some of my money, but I had also seen and heard a lot of horror stories of financial complete failure that some people can go through, right, as entrepreneurs. And I was not willing to put my family at risk in that way. And so that was important to me. And I do think that is actually one of the things I would say I did well was putting boundaries on things. So I knew when I would have to raise by in order to continue doing what I loved doing and building the company, or what my then next plan would have to be or next route would have to be.
Tune in to find out how Erica's careful planning paid off in a $1 million pre-seed investment round. These are just some of the brilliant, bold, and brave women who've generously shared their stories this season. I learned so much from each conversation. I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you find them just as inspiring. My Great Pivot's first episode debuts January 15th, 2026. To make sure you don't miss a single one, subscribe now. And if you like what you hear, please like and share the show. Many thanks to our female founders, and thanks for listening. My Great Pivot is a production of the Female Founders Project. If you'd like to share your thoughts or your own founder story, you can reach us through our website at thefemalefoundersproject.com. Thanks for listening, and keep innovating.